Warning, this show may contain some crude humor and mild swearing. Listener discretion is advised. The show was produced by Geek Happy Network, creators of the very best in audible oracle entertainment. In other words, podcasts. If you enjoy listening to Smörgåsbord, remember to subscribe to the show in Spotify or on your favorite podcast app. Remember to leave a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts. This is Smörgåsbord!
1 to be ready, 2 to be steady, 3 to prepare, and 4 to be off. Welcome to Smörgåsbord, a show where we explore the rituals, myths, and all things strange about the world of food. I'm Mick, and here with me is my co-host,
Angel.
And today we're covering the strange annual event called the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake.
This sounds like the best thing that has ever thinged.
In all things?
In all things.
Yeah. Might be the best thing we've done in 2020.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I want to start this year strong, and it's all downhills from here.
Yeah, pretty much. We want to set the bar high this year, and then just screw it up.
Oh,
constantly.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
that's a good goal.
Yeah, like set the bar high, and then keep going low, and then end the year high again.
Guess what we need for cheese rolling?
What?
Hills.
And
ups and downs.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Today we'll look at the history of this strange event and the global popularity today. And I figured it'd be cool to look at some other weird cheeses.
I love cheeses of all kinds.
Yeah, you're a big fan of cheese. I think that's why we ended up going with this episode today. Yeah. I'm not, mostly because I'm lactose intolerant.
I got the genetic lottery for not being lactose intolerant, even though I'm Asian.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't even know what the percentage is.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of my Asian friends can't scarf down the amount of cheese that I can.
Right. Well, it's good that it's good we have you around to take care of such a important issue amongst the Asian population.
It's a burden I'll happily bear.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of happy I'm lactose intolerant because I would have been so fat with all the ice cream I would have eaten if I wouldn't ever get sick from it, you know?
Wait, how much of a threshold can you have? Like, how much ice cream can you have before you start to get sick?
I could get like 5 or 6 scoops of ice cream.
Okay, that's ample.
Sorry. Like a bowl. If I have a bowl of ice cream, I'm usually fine. But I definitely have to, hit the can an hour later.
And but just it's not like agony.
Yeah, not really agony. It's just, it's a flowing in different ways.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah. It's definitely not pleasant.
Yeah, my friend used to work at Ben & Jerry's and we just eat pints of ice cream.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I can't do that. I can't eat a pint of ice cream.
Oh.
I definitely would
get missing out.
I even avoid just milk or even cheese, but then I don't know. It's worth it usually until it's not. That's really just life, I guess. But yeah, today what exactly is the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling and Wake, which I'm just gonna call the Cheese Rolling Festival from now on.
Yeah, it's like Coachella but cool.
Yeah, have you ever been? I've only heard about it or seen. I mean, sure, a lot of people have seen photos, just like me.
Yeah, I've only heard about it. Never experienced it in person.
Right. Yeah. Well, this annual event apparently happens during the last Monday of May, which is also a public holiday in the UK. It's called the Spring Bank holiday. I don't know why.
Why don't they just call it Cheese Day?
Well, I mean, because as we'll find out, this festival happens in one tiny town in the UK.
It's the one town that matters.
Yeah, it's one of those like, well, I guess we're going to have to find a holiday so people will care about it a little bit. And then go from there.
Cheese should be a bank holiday.
Yeah, the cheese rolling is not a bank holiday, but maybe cheese could be.
Cheese Day. It should be my birthday.
Which is, I can't remember what your birthday.
March 13th.
Oh, it's so soon.
Cheese Day. Remember it.
Wait, it's a month still. Okay.
It's a month still. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Cooper's Hill itself, where the actual festival takes place, is a real place located near Gloucester in a small village of Brockworth.
I feel like it's one of those words where you're supposed to delete consonants.
Okay, I'll try
Gloucester?
it again. There wasn't even a CH, it was just a C. So maybe it is Gloucester?
Leicester is Leicester.
Oh.
So
this might just be Gloucester then.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just call it Gloucester then.
Well, our resident Brit is not here.
Yeah, we had a special guest from England who was supposed to come in, but
she went home instead.
She went home, yeah. She had the case of too much fried chicken.
Which is understandable.
But our special guests have a hard time. We should
feed them after from now on.
Yeah, I mean, after 13 episodes, and we've lost all 13 guests because we've fed them fried chicken before.
A pattern is emerging.
We've had a special guest for every episode, and we've lost all of them.
We're just cursed.
Yeah, from now on, we'll definitely feed them after. I think that's a good lesson to learn.
We hold them hostage until contribute, or you don't get to go home.
We'll dangle a piece of chicken in front of them as we have them as a special guest.
Dangle a piece of cheese in front of them.
Yeah. So without a resident expert in all things England, we're gonna push forward. Anyway, this small village of Brockworth is located far west from London, so it's more on the west side of whatever the UK island is shaped.
Looks like a nugget.
Yeah. So the left side of this nugget.
Okay.
Put it that way. It's middle west. It's the middle west side of the nugget.
It's geographically accurate.
Yeah, so if you're eating from the right, it's probably the last bite you're going to have of the nugget. What exactly is the festival, though? Well, it's really, like we mentioned, it's just a small local festival that really just features one event, which is the cheese rolling part. It's where they grab an 8-pound wheel of cheese and literally roll it down a massive hill, while a group of people, which I'd like to call them idiots, but we'll just call them people.
I call them innovators.
Innovators, yeah. Try to chase this big wheel that's rolling down this hill.
See, I would strategically place myself at the bottom of the hill with my mouth open.
There's a starting point. You got to start at the starting point.
No, you get your partner in crime to start at the starting point.
And tag them? I don't think they have a rally, or what do you call that? Relay. I don't think there's a relay event for this. There's just run.
No, because I will pocket all the cheese and just run.
You could get the cheese from other places too, I guess. I don't know.
It's better cheese if it's free cheese.
True. Free cheese is good. What's fascinating about this is no one has ever caught this cheese before it reaches the bottom. So you can't outspeed this cheese, or no one has ever done it yet. This is because I think of how steep the hill is. With a 50% grade, it means it's a little short of 30 degrees, which on occasion also can actually have slopes of near vertical. So this is how steep this hill is.
Crazy hill.
So really that wheel of cheese just kind of flies. If you want to put it in perspective, 30 degrees is steep enough for most average skiers. If we're talking about a black diamond hill, which I heard is super, I don't ski, but apparently it's like the most intense kind of ski.
You mean
path.
the black diamond rating? Is that
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't ski either.
Yeah, apparently that's one of the higher ratings for like more professional or really talented skiers or snowboarders, and that's usually about 35 to 40 plus degrees. And so this at 30 degrees means it's pretty steep. It's kind of, if you think about it, it's steep enough that if you try to stop yourself from walking down it, you'll probably end up rolling. Or it's kind of steep enough that if you try climbing up it, you're probably on all fours at that point. So
scary.
Imagine trying to run down this thing.
I think I've had nightmares about this.
Really? Of just
like free rolling down a hill and I can't stop because it's too steep.
That sounds like just a regular Monday.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, I always had dreams where like I'm driving down a steep hill and the brakes don't work.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It's scary.
So what do you do? Do you kind of Fred Flintstone it?
I don't know. I think I did that once. And I think another time in my dream, I looked down and I was actually not even in a car.
Oh, well, that helps. That's convenient. Yeah, so that's a lot of how it is. With a hill like that, just imagine an 8-pound wheel of cheese. it's said to go as fast as 70 miles an hour or 112 kilometers an hour. In comparison, humans really can move at most like 12 miles an hour or 45 kilometers an hour. So you can see there's no way you could chase this thing. And what also makes it hard to catch is this wheel of cheese gets a 1 second head start as well.
Yeah, you're never going to get it.
Yeah.
A cheetah might be able to get it.
Yeah, but there are enough innovators out there who try to do it. And it's very common to see them just roll or fall or flop.
They might be able to catch it if they get into one of those big balls.
Maybe
inflatable balls. And
that's true.
Just ride it.
That's a good way to beat a wheel is just get a bigger wheel.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, as you could imagine, this chaos will result in quite a number of injuries. It does tend to happen. When I was looking into this, it actually doesn't happen as common as you think. And
the injuries?
Injuries, yeah. Oh. Like someone gets hurt, but no one really it doesn't always happen that someone breaks a bone or loses a leg or whatever. It's more a few scrapes. I think a big part of it is every year they do prepare for the festival. So they, smooth it out. They
train for the cheese?
They do. Well, train for the cheese and also clean the hill itself. So they'll smoothen out the hill a little bit, remove any kind of debris that they could find, any rocks or whatnot, to prevent all these injuries. Also, to my surprise, no one has ever died from this. I think someone died from eating the cheese, I don't know, something like that. Like alcohol related, whatever, but not necessarily from running down the hill.
Good tidings.
Yeah. There was even a year that in 2010, I think, in the most 2010 fashion, that the government tried to shut it down for legal reasons, or they called it health and safety. I feel like they were more like, we don't really want to pay to...
We don't want this to be a liability.
Yeah, kind of thing. And that kind of caused more of backlash. So the next year it came back, but the authorities never really took responsibility for the event anymore, which is, I guess, the most government thing to do.
They're like, oh, fuck it.
It's expensive. Let's just leave it alone.
You're on your own, peasants.
Yeah. In 2013, they tried to use a foam replica to make it more safe, which the reason they thought it would be safer is because at least with a foam replica, bystanders no longer get hurt by the cheese, because you get this 70 mile an hour wheel of cheese flying down. It's bound to hit someone down there.
They should know not to get there.
Yeah.
Stand there, I mean.
Yeah, and interestingly, because of its size and all that, it's actually considered a missile.
I mean, yeah, if that thing hits you, you're breaking some bones.
Yeah, so they tried to use a foam thing, and that really lasted all of 1 year.
That was a dark year.
Yeah. And honestly, the government... Free. Yeah. You imagine that you win it, and you're like, congratulations, you win a foam wheel. Damn, I could have just carved one myself.
Now, do they actually win anything?
They do. The winners win the wheel of cheese.
Right, but since no one has ever caught the cheese, was there any actual winners?
Well, they determined the winner. So actually, unlike what you might think, it's not actually whoever catches the cheese that wins it. It's whoever gets to the finish line. It's a regular race.
So it's a race too.
Yeah. When it comes to the format of it, it has 5 races that happen.
Oh, intricate.
Plus a small little segment where little kids get to run uphill for safety. I really want to watch that one. But film it and then watch it in reverse.
Now, are they allowed to throw cheese at these kids?
No.
Oh.
Unfortunately. Of the 5 actual races, it's divided by gender. So 4 races for men and 1 race for women. I'd assume that's primarily because of participation rates.
Because women aren't reckless enough to hurtle down a hill.
They're not innovators.
Some cheese.
they're just not innovative enough, apparently. So typically about 20 to 40 people participate per race, and the prize is the wheel of cheese itself. You can also, I guess as a guy, participate on multiple of these races, and we'll talk about later. There's some people who've actually won multiple times in 1 year.
Oh man, think of all that
cheese. Yeah, extra innovative.
Like me in Skyrim, all I did was take cheese and then I dropped it in my house.
Were you the ones who would use your sneak and just walk behind them and pickpocket the cheese?
I took all the cheese.
Oh,
I wanted to make a cheese dungeon.
Yeah, I love just robbing people and sneaking around.
I had a wheel basement. Wheel of cheese basement.
Oh, wheel. I thought you said real.
A real
wheel.
A real wheel.
A real real wheel cheese basement. Yeah, nice.
So I sound like a serial killer. I have a real basement.
I like collecting. Was it the bone fish?
Bonefish?
I don't know.
Dragon bones?
It just looked like a bowl of powder. Anyway,
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Bone meal. That's
Yeah,
what it
bone
was.
meal.
Yeah. I had no idea what it did. I was a terrible Skyrim player.
Oh, me too.
I never did
bad.
the quest.
I did all the side quests and then
Really?
I accidentally declared war on Whiterun. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted.
I was just always looking at the quest. I'm like, can I sneak this? No?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I'm out.
I just wanted cheese, man.
Yeah.
I was carrying around, you know how you get weighed down by
Yeah.
the stuff you're carrying. One
Yeah.
time it's just like
Oh,
50 wheels of cheese.
You're just trying to run from the police and you're just dropping wheels of cheese because you're too heavy. Cheese, I'm rolling.
They see me rolling. They hate me.
So yeah, when it comes to the winners, Chris Anderson is the most accomplished winner, winning a total of 12 rolls of cheese in his career.
Wow.
Flo Early is the most accomplished among the women with a total of 4.
Nice.
Kind of big
Go
difference
Flo.
there. What is more impressive for me is both Chris Anderson and Stephen Guide. And Stephen Guide's the second most winningest
Second
runner
most winningest.
with 21 wheels of cheese won. But both of them have won 3 cheeses in a year. And they both
That's
did it
great.
twice.
Wow.
Just
Innovators.
real innovators. Just absolute innovators.
I applaud.
there. Yeah.
Applaud them.
The race is often hosted also by a master of ceremony who starts the race by saying what we started this podcast with: 1 to be ready, 2 to be steady, 3 to prepare, and 4 to be off. So at 3 to prepare, they throw the roll of cheese, and 4 to be off is when they can go. As a random fact, I found out there has only been 1 master of ceremony who's actually retired, meaning that all others were masters of ceremony until they died.
Oh.
So it's a title you hold until you die. And
It's like a
a
Supreme Court judge.
yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go with that. They say words and hope things work out for the best.
Yes.
But usually things fall down from there.
Yep.
So,
Especially the cheese.
the cheese. We're talking about the cheese. Yes. This festival does seem to be well loved by the locals, that even during the Second World War, they continued on with the tradition.
Bombs are falling all over the place. They're like, it's fine.
It's fine.
Get the
There's a cheese. But because of rationing, they couldn't use cheese for those years. They ended up using a wooden
Bombs?
replica instead. Rolled a hand grenade. It's the first one to run away from it.
Wins. They're lit.
What actually what happens with that one is they throw a hand grenade down and then they push everybody. And you got to stop yourself from rolling.
Ooh, I like that game.
Yeah, that's what it was. The Rolling Hand Grenade Festival.
We are innovators.
Yeah. What's fascinating about this, though, is that the origins go way before World War II, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. It's actually, in fact, there's no real historical evidence of when it started. As far as we know, back as far as the 1800s, this tradition has already been well established. They found accounts of like them doing it, but it seems to suggest the way that the people were talking about it, that they've been doing it for hundreds of years, or not hundreds, but they've been doing it for a long time already. By the 1800s.
Life must be pretty boring. You don't have the internet.
No.
Like, what shall we do today, Reginald?
Oh, yeah, let's just roll this cheese.
I've discovered gravity.
Oh, yes.
So pip hip. Is that offensive?
No,
Good thing
I don't
Michelle's
know.
not here.
Yeah, she'd kill us.
Pip hip.
This is also why we don't have special guests.
Tally ho.
I'll try this apple for once. Ah, it's not as good.
I demand dairy.
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 I want it to roll down and the way it goes down my stomach.
Am I?
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh dear.
It seems the master has lost it.
I have lost it slightly. I'm just so filled with joy that we're talking about cheese.
Oh boy, another episode about cheese, is it?
Well, now I wonder, do you know what kind of cheese they use?
I do, and we're going to get to that eventually. Its most common belief is that it might have come from a pagan ritual back during the Roman times, because historically speaking, this place was at some point controlled by the Roman Empire. The idea is that it probably was some kind of harvest or New Year's festival that they did. And that it wasn't only cheese they used to throw. They used to throw maybe buns and cakes or whatever.
Throw a whole goat.
Yeah, a whole goat. A cow. How about a chicken? Well, let's try other things. Well, according to what I found, they were throwing burning bushwood as well. So
seems dangerous.
Oh,
it's almost like a grenade.
Throw the burning bushwood. I'll throw a witch with that too.
It's like an old
English accents keep getting worse and worse.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Oh my.
Oh my. Yeah, that sounds like an old-timey grenade.
Yeah. I really don't know why they did it. I'm assuming they did it because they hope for a better harvest next year. But I don't know what.
But if it's in May, how is it a harvest?
Well, originally it wasn't during May. It's just
okay.
recently that they moved it to that May holiday, just for the holiday. For a while it was during Pentecost, which is like a Christian holiday of sorts. I don't know when that is, but so it does get to move around or whatnot.
Okay.
But to the big important question that you want to know is what kind of cheese it is. Well, it's a double Gloucester cheese. Gloucester cheese. Gloucester cheese. Yeah.
Which I don't think I've ever had.
No. Well,
I've had many a cheese.
It's a cheese that uses cow's milk, that's for sure. For the festival, it's an 8-pound wheel. When it comes to size and diameter, it's about 3 inches thick and 9 inches in diameter.
It's a hunk of cheese.
It's 8 pounds, man. Imagine just seeing that rolling in with 70 miles an hour to your face. Oh my.
Mad Max cheese edition.
Mad Max. Furious cheese. Fury.
Fury mozzarella. Right.
Fury mozzarella. Double Gloucester's cheese is made using cow's milk and uses whole milk, in contrast to the single Gloucester, which uses skim milk or thinner. So when double Gloucester. The double Gloucester cheese is essentially just a really fatty cheese.
It sounds like everything I ever wanted.
Yeah, it's about 54 grams of fat for every 100 grams.
That's over half. Not that I know about the fat content in many cheeses. I just assume that you need a lot of fat in milk to make cheese.
True. But this one does sound quite a bit
rich.
I mean, it's double, so.
It's double rich.
It's like some guy from Texas just said, "Oh, single Gloucester, well, let's make it double."
Can you make it triple?
I'm sure there's a cheese rolling festival in America with just
triple
a hunk of fat. Like, why use cheese? Let's just use a hunk of fat.
That has to be circular.
Yeah. Yeah, and it has to be hard because then it would just be a hunk of fat. It would just like slime down the hill. When it comes to the texture of the cheese, it's rather crumbly but kind of dense at the same time. And flavor is rather nutty, smoky, and creamy with a sweet smell to it as well. It sounds delicious.
We need to Google. We might be able to get this from Whole Foods.
Maybe. Yeah, we should go find some double Gloucester cheese. Yeah, smother it.
It sounds very regional. Like, I'm not sure we're going to be able to find it here.
Well, I mean, the event happens in Gloucester, so I'm assuming it is a little regional.
It took me a while to find halloumi here.
What's that?
It's a kind of cheese.
Oh, I think I heard about something like that.
You can
it's like super hard, right?
You can grill it and it doesn't melt.
That's right. I did see something about that.
But I definitely had like a halloumi burger once, where instead of using like a patty, they just used a patty made of halloumi. Oh. And it's grilled and seasoned. It's really good.
So the patty is just cheese?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
One question to also ask is who actually makes the cheese for the cheese rolling festival?
The cheesemaker?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, and the cheesemaker herself is named Diana Smart. And she's one of the very few, if not the only person in existence who still uses the original or as traditional as a recipe as you could find when it comes to double Gloucester. So she's been doing it since 1988.
Oh, an 80s baby.
An 80s baby. Well, she's kind of old. She's like 80 now.
I meant the cheese. It's a baby.
Oh, yeah.
She's the mama.
Yeah, so she's the mama cheeser.
Mama cheesehead.
Yeah, so she's been doing it for that long. Obviously, she hasn't been doing it since the 1700s because that would make her
insanely old and a vampire, maybe.
Maybe a vampire, yeah.
I'd be a vampire that feasts on cheese.
Yeah. But
only come out at night. You only eat cheese.
Yeah.
That sounds like me right now.
It's like a fruit bat with cheese.
Yeah. It just sounds like me.
Yeah, you just
normal.
Like, where's Angel? I don't know. She's probably hiding in her PA coffin.
Eating cheese.
What's really sad, though, about Diana Smart is in 2013, a police inspector, some asshole, I guess, warned her that, or told her that she could be held legally responsible if someone got hurt during the cheese rolling festival because it's her cheese they're after.
Wow. What?
A dick.
That is not cool.
Yeah, so like
they're voluntarily running down this hill.
Yeah, so, and it's the most like modern day story. It's the most PC story ever. Oh, I'm offended. You're offending people because they're getting hurt from your cheese.
It's
well,
like, no.
You're the one running down it.
You can choose not to.
But I think he probably also meant probably the cheese that when the cheese hits a bystander or something.
Like I said before, and I stand by my argument, you get out the cheese way.
Yeah.
The cheese's way.
Exactly. Like you know there's a cheese coming there, so that's on you. That's on you, not the cheese.
If you're blessed by the cheese, by having your femur shattered by the cheese, you say thank you.
Yeah. I have been graced. Like, don't beat on and harp on this poor old lady.
She's just a cheesemaker.
Shame on you, police person.
It's one of the purest professions I've ever heard of.
Yeah, exactly. So like we mentioned, this became quite a popular event globally because people started finding out about it. In fact, some places in the world also are doing this cheese rolling thing now, not for pagan reasons, as far as I know.
Posers. Are they doing it for the gram?
Probably. In New Zealand now, they do have a cheese rolling festival. In Canada too, they have one. Guess where it is?
Definitely not in the prairies. There's no hills.
It's in Whistler.
Oh, do we have to go to Whistler?
I think we should go to Whistler and
only during the
thing.
cheese. Only during the cheese fest.
So apparently in Whistler, Canada, they roll a wheel of Canadian cheese and people can chase down it. Sorry, innovators can go down and chase it. And as everyone knows, or not everyone, but Whistler is a well-known ski place with quite a number of diamond and black diamond ski slopes. So they're pretty steep slopes. They're pretty steep, deep slopes in Whistler. So I'm assuming it's been quite a run to chase that thing. What's cool about here is they also have other events such as dodgeball and smoothie bars, costume contests, and all that. So you could be well, the dodgeball I think you might enjoy because I think this one is people climb uphill, but you get to throw cheese at them.
Oh.
So there you go.
I want to be pelted with cheese. I don't want to be the one throwing. I want to be the one catching.
I feel like this is like a Simpsons episode or whatever where you're like Homer and you're just catching it. And with here, you win both the Wheel of Cheese and actually a couple of Whistler ski passes as well. So I guess a prize total of about $2 million because those ski passes are insanely expensive.
I'd sell mine.
Yeah.
So I can buy more cheese.
Yeah, exactly. And chocolate. You can get to the Rocky Mountain chocolate there. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit about the cheese rolling and stuff around the world. It's kind of cool. A unique way to cheese.
Cheese, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you look at cheese, you're like, you're just a lump. Yeah. What do you do?
Can you roll?
But apparently now I know.
Yeah.
They can run at 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, you could turn them into missiles. You could hurt people. You could get poor old ladies in trouble with the cops.
You can attract innovators.
Business. Yeah, you could attract so many innovators. Some of them multiple innovators. Innovating multiple times in a year. So as weird as it is that they do roll cheese, I looked into some other strange cheeses instead of uses of cheese. So I looked
Sure.
into some other strange cheeses. In the United States, in New York, some chef made cheese using the breast milk of his wife.
Oh,
and served it in a restaurant.
in my mouth. Did they know that it was a lady
Yes.
boob cheese? Okay.
Eventually, they had to shut him down for that, and thank goodness.
Mm.
That's gross.
Yeah,
I
that's.
don't know.
I mean, like.
People were saying it's like gross and savage. Like I'm like, well, I mean, babies drink out of breast milk,
Yes,
so
and we're drinking the milk of another animal.
yeah. I think some people were saying it was cannibalistic. I'm like, that's a little too far. Babies drink milk anyway, so are they cannibals?
Yes, yes, they are
yeah.
little monsters.
Stuff we'll find in that subreddit.
Fragile, the
Yeah.
fragile ones.
The fragile subreddit. In Italy, there's a cheese called casu marzu, which is made of sheep's milk and then aged and served with live maggots.
Oh no!
So after they create the cheese makers would add the larva into the cheese and let them hatch into maggots before eating it. The maggots will kind of ferment the cheese a little bit or something, so then giving the cheese a different flavor. It's to the person whether they want to eat the cheese with the maggots live in there or not. But apparently, according to the traditional Italians who make this cheese, if the cheese is no longer good when the maggots are dead. So when eating this cheese,
don't they turn into flies at some point?
They do. So that's probably why. You also do want to put a hand to cover the cheese as you eat it, because allegedly the maggots tend to jump.
Oh no!
As far as I think 6 feet or something. It's kind of crazy.
Wow, they're strong.
Yeah, so that cheese is not sticky, I guess, because the maggots just like jump ship.
They attain superpowers after they eat the cheese.
Apparently, it's a super cheese. Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Not that I don't want it.
I don't think I'll have them.
No.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't think my love of cheese trumps having maggots on it.
Yeah, and you have to eat it live, remember. You could take the maggots off too, though, and just eat the cheese.
No, but I know they touched it.
Yeah. Maybe they're clean, you know?
Probably.
You
but
grab
still.
you grab a few of those larvae, you give them a good nice shower and bath, you give them a nice
tuck them
Scandinavian
in.
spa, some massage here and there.
Tuck them in and then you kill them.
Tuck them in, let them give birth. You clean the maggots as well. You know, they could be well treated. Who knows? In Germany, they also have a similar one called Milbenkais, which uses mites instead to ripen the cheese. So apparently the flavor is a little bit bitter and zesty. And apparently it said to cure the allergies to dust.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I have a very severe dust allergy.
Maybe you should have some of these mite cheese.
How much mite do I have to eat?
I don't know. It might be one of those like Popeye where you have to eat it to get rid of it.
And like
it comes back.
Yeah, and then you have to eat more of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You just have to eat some zesty mites.
Yeah.
So I
Bitter,
can stop making
zesty mites.
snot.
Yeah, exactly. In Tibet, they make yak cheese, which I think we talked about in an earlier episode.
Yeah.
But what's unique apparently about this cheese is that it's a pretty hard cheese. So you don't chew the cheese, you actually suck and gnaw at it. Almost like tobacco, I guess. Yeah.
You get the juice out. Do you swallow it?
Yeah, you eat it still, but you don't chew it. It's like a hard candy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'd like to try that.
Yeah. In Quebec, apparently they're developing this cheese using fermented lichen and goat's milk. That sounds kind of weird. I don't know why I do that.
I'd be into it.
I've
like
never
goat
tasted,
cheese.
I've never tasted lichen. It sounds gross to me.
Me neither. I just know it's something that you can eat in the World of Warcraft.
Really?
To regain a small amount of health.
Oh, well, maybe that.
It's
I
edible.
could try that. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds good.
I'd eat it. I like goat cheese.
What happens if you mix goat's milk with lichen in World of Warcraft?
I don't know.
You can't transmog that or whatever?
Not that I know of.
No.
Maybe you become Illidan.
Yeah.
Because you go blind.
Oh, sad. There's also milk from different animals depending on where you are. You could apparently get the horse milk, deer milk, camel milk, alpaca milk, llama milk, or even ass
rabbit
cheese.
milk.
Yeah.
Rabbit cheese.
Rabbit cheese. There's
You have
ass
to-
cheese if you want ass cheese. And surprisingly, it's one of the most expensive cheese.
Really?
Yeah, donkey cheese.
Donkey cheese.
Yeah.
Weird.
Even more expensive than something called Stilton cheese, which is made of gold.
What?
Yeah. Ass cheese.
Ass
That's the way to
cheese.
go. So I mean, we got to ask the question, like we talked about all this cheese, whether it's good or not. I don't know. To me, it sounds like it's delicious. The double
Gloucester. Yeah, it sounds great.
Has a nice name to it, too.
Double Gloucester.
Coming this fall
to a hill near you.
To a hill near you. Double Gloucester. 40 innovators.
One winner.
One winner. One wheel of cheese.
One old lady.
And one old lady.
Getting arrested.
And a policeman. There's actually a lot to this movie. Double Gloucester.
Sounds like it could be a heist movie.
Coming in May. In select theaters.
In England.
In England. Man, this movie sucks.
Or it's like the best movie you've ever seen in your life.
It's really just the entire festival in slow-mo. With, I don't know, maybe David Attenborough is this,
you can
narrating
narrate,
it. Yeah.
With special guest Stephen Fry. And the Queen.
The Queen? Yeah, sure. Maybe
you
we'll bring Harry and Meghan.
Not going to be
too.
there. Yeah. Harry and
maybe
Meghan.
they could get a special invite from
they're exiled.
That's true.
They're Canadians now.
Yeah.
We have claimed them.
Yeah. So I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, all those other weird cheeses, I don't know if I'll eat any of them. The yak cheese sounds cool.
Yeah, I like the
cool.
idea of the yak cheese, and I would try the mite cheese just because allergies.
Right. Yeah.
But for the taste, I don't know.
No.
I'm not.
I think I'm gonna stick to the yak cheese. It sounds fascinating. You have to suck on it, so it's like a baby pacifier.
It's like a jawbreaker.
Yeah.
It's made of cheese.
Yeah, that sounds delicious. I'd buy that.
Do you have a favorite cheese? It's a hard one to answer.
What's your favorite cheese?
I have so many. I can't possibly choose. I really like...
Name 3. Your top 3.
Paneer.
I don't know what that is.
It's Indian food.
Okay.
And they usually...
I thought that was a dish. That's not...
No, a paneer is the actual cheese. They cut it into little cubes. Sometimes they pan fry it before they put it in curry.
Right.
Sometimes they don't. But I like the pan fry ones are good.
Okay.
Halloumi, talked about that earlier.
I do want to try halloumi. That sounds so cool.
It's good. It's salty. It's very close to consistency as paneer.
Right.
But it's saltier.
Cool. I want to try that halloumi burger. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Let's go get some halloumi.
Yeah.
And then third, I don't know. This is hard. I really like goat cheese. But I don't know specifically. I don't know what the names are.
Right. I think it's just goat cheese.
Just goat cheese.
There's a thing called Imperial cheese, but it's a brand, which is like in a red container. Yeah. It's kind of like crumbly. That one's really good. I know. I like raclette cheese because I like raclette.
I like raclette.
Yeah. Actually, when I was growing up, my brother and I used to play this Facebook game called Mouse Hunt. You ever play that?
No.
It's really just every 15 minutes you could sound a horn to bait and catch different mice. That was it.
With cheese.
Yeah, so you could bait it with different cheese, and different cheese could get you different types of mouse.
Oh.
It's kind of fun.
No, I've never played that.
It was really random. It's just like, I remember growing up and I was like, be addicted to it because then every 15 minutes I'll just check my laptop and you just tap a button. That was it.
So it's like an early idle game.
Yeah, it was a very early idle game. And then eventually they added a feature where it could, if you were away for like a few hours, you could still sound the horn for it.
Oh, okay. So you don't even need to play it to play it.
Yeah,
it plays itself.
It was just like some really dumb random thing you would do. It was fun because I got to learn so many different kinds of cheese from there.
Oh, amazing.
Until they released more versions which were just weird. It wasn't real cheese. It was just
made up cheese.
Yeah, like toxic Gouda or something. So okay, cool. That was a good one.
Oh.
Yeah. I guess we end every episode with what's in your palate. What are we eating today? Well, we just came from fried chicken.
We had a lot of chicken.
Yeah. So you could see, if you could hear the snores in the background, that's another special guest who just passed
falling
out.
asleep from chicken coma.
We really gotta stop having fried chicken before recordings.
Yeah,
it's just not a good idea.
Yeah, I think my favorite chicken from today was the cumin and ginger.
Yeah. So we
So
did go
good.
to like was it Korean?
I don't know.
We went to a fried chicken place, an Asian fried chicken place, I guess, and tried it out. And we had the cumin one was pretty good.
Yeah.
Their honey garlic was interesting because it was more like just spicy with garlic.
And there's one that made you cry.
Yeah. Oh my God, wings.
I was like, this isn't spicy. And I look over, Mick is sweating.
Like water, water,
Help me.
water. It was a good place. I think I like Kokuru more though.
Yeah, we'll go back to Kokuru next
Yeah.
time.
This one does feel nicer or cleaner. I don't know.
It's because it's new.
Yeah, I guess so.
Give him a few months.
Yeah, give it a few months. Oh my God, it's holy shit.
Holy shit, chicken.
Yeah, that's what we had, fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Anyway, I don't know what episode should we try next week? Next episode.
I don't remember if we had a list.
We were gonna look into holy cows,
Yes.
so we might do holy cows. If not, I think I was gonna look into some ancient food traditions that still exist today.
Yeah.
That might be cool too. But as always, just send us a message if you have any food ideas you want us to explore or talk about, or even experiment. I think by the time this episode comes out, our first video episode would have come out as well.
Yay.
So we want to try to experiment with food as well, and we'd love to have other people to come join us.
Yeah.
For our 3 listeners.
Watching that video, I didn't realize how twitchy I was. I was swinging around that
Right.
that rice scooper so much. I just wanted to slap myself like, stop.
Yeah, I wouldn't even look at my face when I was editing that. It's like, this is weird. Can I just
Yeah,
what
can
do
we
you call
have
that?
like hair
Deep take-
and makeup?
deep take my face? Yeah.
We need hair and makeup and wardrobe.
Yeah, if our hair and makeup team would stay awake, we could use it.
Well, we know what the trick is. Don't
Yeah.
feed them chicken.
Don't feed them chicken. Exactly. Anyway, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Who are we shouting out today?
Who's our... Well, shout
One
out
of our
to
3 listeners.
three-
I think we have 4. We're gonna have 4, but our goal this year is going to be to get 4 listeners. Yeah.
Amazing.
New Year's resolution: we're gonna get 4 listeners to this show. So shout out to that 4th listener. Send us a
We
comment.
don't know you yet.
Yeah. Shoot us a comment somewhere and tell us you're the 4th listener. We might send you a T-shirt or something. I don't know.
Hey.
Okay.
Bye.
This is Smörgåsbord. Have a food-related ritual, myth, or something strange you want us to explore? Send us a message through Facebook at Geek Happy Network. We'd love to hear from our fellow foodie listeners. And while you're there, remember to subscribe or follow us too. This show was created by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, hosted by Angel Lynn and Mick Narciso, editing by Mick, and logo by Angel. Come give us a listen at geekhappynetwork.com or look for us on your favorite podcast app. Oh, and be sure to follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Geek Happy Network.